Greetings and salutations everyone, I'm Mac. This is Let's Play Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky SC. Yes, I have to do that every time. I don't want to get people getting confused about which game in the series they've tuned into. In the last episode, I basically did some hunting for chests, that's all. It wasn't too big an episode, but I think I'd prefer uneventful episodes to episodes with obnoxious boss fights that go for the entire time. And we definitely could have gotten into one of those. We ran into two giant scorpion monster bosses. They one-shot Dorothy. We cannot let people one-shot Dorothy. It's an instant fail. I think we just want to get out of this and go look for I think we just want to find something to distract her with. And maybe replace her with another party member. I mean, we're bringing up Chloe so often, she has to join the party, right? But yeah, the reason why we took such a long detour to get around to... actually doing something with Dorothy is because she's part of BP needed for a quest. I don't think she's needed for that quest anymore, but I'll have to look it up. Oh, wait, we don't want to go do that yet. There's another quest that we nearly forgot about. The stuff with the Ruan Chapel. Wow, that would have been quite unfortunate to miss out on. Although not the end of the world, because it is actually... I keep so many save files, it would be easy to backtrack, just heart-destroying. Why so many sharks? You'd think we're next to an ocean or something. Oh wait. We request the kind bracer to come serve as a Sunday school lecturer. You'll be asked to explain to the children about the duties and mission of a bracer. Persons with time, please come urgently to Ruan Chapel. I want to beat it up because it drops fire sepith, and we're going to need a lot of it if we want to upgrade everyone's augments.
Enjoy the show.
It's also implied that I actually kind of now caught it. I think Shira knows... Oh wait, no. It's definitely been confirmed that Shira knows about Olivia being a spy, because that was part of the cutscene after we finished chapter 1. Okay, because she makes a subtle reference to it where she says, "Does Cassius know that you're sticking around?" And he says, "Well, yes, of course he does." And Estelle goes, "I don't get it. Until just right now, I thought that was, oh boy, more Estelle isn't as smart as everyone else and misses out on obvious things. But no, Olivia being a spy is not obvious at all." Anyway, you might want to save before you go into this. I see a lot of races at landing port. They always seem so busy, it must be a hard job. I'm attending Sunday school. I'm gonna study law and go to the same school as Jerome. I'm studying with a letter. Lessons at church are so fun. The central factory was established in 1157. Test flight of the Calvatera was in 1168. The scheduled liners were commissioned in 1175. Right. Alright, I've learned up to there. Oh dear, you're getting roped into this as well, I see. Oh my! Are you here because you saw my request? Yes, ma'am, I sure did. It's pretty urgent, right? Yes, today I'd like you to ask as a guest teacher at Sunday school. How about it? Are you available? Here an explanation. Yeah, I can do it. I'm not super confident, but I'll give it my best shot. Thank you very much, I really appreciate it. I asked a bracer named Kana to be the guest lecturer, but she had to leave on guild business. It put the church in a fix. I was very disheartened. I see, so that's why it was so sudden. So what should I do? First, come into the side room. I'll explain what I'd like for the class there. I see. Okay, yeah, I think I get the gist. Start with an explanation of the guild, move on to an overview of the bracer's job. Then last but not least, answer the kids' questions correctly, right? Yes, that will be plenty. If you'll excuse me, I'll be going back to class. We get 2 BP for answering all these questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yikes, even MBB wasn't this bad. Still, truly the world is a strange place. Oh, for once we agree. I was just thinking that myself. What's up? Is there something on my face? No, but even I could not even I could have predicted this. To think the day would come when Estelle would take the altar. Oh no, even Dorothy? Sure is a big surprise, isn't it? It just means that a certain girl famous for skipping Sunday school has grown up well, I guess. Oh, Estelle, your mentor is so proud. Oh, that's sure nice to say, I think. Sure, I'm not super confident, but I should be fine teaching some kids. I hope so, but... well, I'll be relaxing until it's over. What are you gonna do, Olivia? While I have little to offer, you have my full attention and support. The class should be well visible from the second floor here, so I'd like to watch from there. Oh, nice idea! I should take tons of pictures! Please don't screw anything up, you two. Make sure you leave the flash off. Now then, everyone, we're going to have a guest teacher for the remainder of the class. They've taken time out of their busy schedule to come to speak to us, so don't be rude, okay? Okay. Alright, come on out. Miss, who are you? I was just about to introduce myself. Give me a sec. Alright, well hello. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm still pretty new to the job, but I'm what we call a bracer. What? You're a bracer? No way, that's so cool. How old are you, miss? No, we'll have time for questions after. First, let's have our guest review what we've already gone over. If you wouldn't mind, Miss Estelle? Ahem. Okay, is everyone ready? Let's go over today's class real quick. Class begin, or about all bracer activities. Choose the correct answer. Guide this special class to success. First, let's talk about my job as a bracer. So a bracer is a specialist at investigation and combat. And our main duty as bracers is... protection of the peace and citizenry of all local regions. I feel like I could probably remember these if I put enough time into it, but then the episode would go on for an hour. Protection of the peace and citizenry of all local regions. And also I'd feel really bad about it the whole time, so yeah. We don't just slay monsters and prevent crimes either. Bracers protect goods in transit, even look for lost items. We help in a variety of ways. Alright, that was perfect. Braces are broadly divided into two groups, senior braces and junior braces. Of those, junior braces are what you might call trainees, and by successfully completing missions and training hard, they eventually earn a promotion to become full braces. But even once you become a full bracer, you're divided up into further classes. We call these ranks, and each rank is assigned in accordance to your experience and success. It's G to A, which you could probably remember because basic to high or 9 to 1 doesn't make sense. There are 7 ranks from G to A. These are only formal ranks. When a bracer is close enough to being promoted, a plus is added to the rank. Furthermore, there's also an S rank, but it's kind of an unofficial honorary rank given to persons who perform exceptional deeds. So publicly, A rank bracers are the highest in the guild. Yes, I am killing this! Keep patting yourself on the back still because no one else is gonna do it. Alright, let's talk about the organization that manages the braces. Bracer Guild. I think you learned this in class, but the guild operates not just in Libel, all over. This global organization was established about the same time as the Orbital Revolution, which was about 50 years ago. Roughly 50 years ago. Orbital technology and the guild are deeply connected. Even now we receive financial support from foundations related to augment technology. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was it. Man, I'm good. Next we'll talk about the guild's relationship with foreign countries. At the moment, the guild has branches across the entire continent, but the reason the guild has been able to expand to this level is because it is a non-governmental organization with no ties to a specific nation. Even within its practical activities, the guild has a lot to think about. For example, they have to keep promises to prevent them from ending up opposed to nations. The most famous promise related to that is non-interference with state powers? Yep, that's it. The agreement of non-interference with state powers. In other words, no sticking our noses into state affairs or systems. Which only ever seems to apply once in the entire series because we've always got our guild lawyers / secretaries to come up with reasons why we can intervene anyway. Problems within national boundaries are ultimately something for that country's people to think about. Commenting on or interfering with this kind of thing is against international rules. Yes, nailed it! The guild uses a lot of methods like this to separate its duties from a nation's. Of course, not everything is always solved so simply according to the code, so sometimes in emergencies you can end up in situations that are contradictory to the code. But in times like that, bracers are asked to put one principle above all else. In other words, we bracers, in all situations, should protect the civilians. Prioritize the safety of civilians. If you think about this first and foremost, you'll naturally be guided to the correct action. Well, sometimes you try taking action, you'll end up with a whole bunch of other problems, but overcoming stuff like that is part of the job too. Yeah, that's a good summary. And that pretty much sums us up. How was it? Did everyone understand? That ends the first half of the class. Yep, she's working hard. Just when did that girl actually sit down and study all this? I'm impressed. I mean, so far, that's all stuff that you'd probably remember from main gameplay points of the previous game. I dread the person that tuned into the second chapter first. Alright, it's the time you've all been waiting for. If you've got anything you want to ask our guest, go ahead and raise your hand. That line was very open to a Danganronpa ad-lib, but I chose not to take it. Please, Miss Estelle, carry on. Sure thing, leave it to me. Who's ready to get their question answered? QA time, any question goes. Select the correct answer. Overcome any risky or questionable questions. Oh, pick me! Oh, you've sure got a lot of energy. What's your question? When can you become a bracer? What age can you become a bracer? Well, to become a bracer, you first need to be a junior bracer. You can become one if you pass the test, but to take the test, 16 years of age. You're required to be 16 or older. Of course, even if you pass the exam, you don't instantly become one. For a while, you receive training under the guidance of an older bracer. Once you've gained enough experience there, you finally become a junior bracer. Perfect answer. Okay, so you gotta be 16. Okay, got it. Thanks, miss. Excuse me, teacher. May I ask a question? Fire away. Do you gotta beat up monsters no matter what? Some of them are really cute. That's a good question. How to respond to monsters is tough. This was our first main story quest, if you remember. In general, prioritize the client's intent. We prioritize the client's intent. There's no absolute right balance when dealing with monsters. It really depends on the situation. So if the client doesn't demand their extermination, we may sometimes let them go. It was kind of a tricky question, but looks like I was able to answer perfectly. Okay. May I ask a question too? Sure, go for it. There was a case a while back when Sky Bandits attacked an airliner. Was it the Royal Army who arrested the Sky Bandits then? Or was it Bracers? Unfortunately, you mean the disappearance of the Linde? The ones who finally arrested the Sky Bandits were... it is Royal Army Forces. The Royal Army Forces. In the final entry mission, the Bracers and Royal Army worked together using a pincer move to corner them. Quote unquote, worked together because we didn't know about each other the whole time. When the Sky Bandits tried to flee, the Royal Army caught and arrested them. In other words, the Bracers and Royal Army cooperated to flush them out. Alright, no problems here. Okay, so the Royal Army and Bracers work together. That's so cool. Can I ask something? Antonio, you're not in class. Go ahead. I'm actually studying for entrance exams and just forgot this, but... Which of the 3 principles in the code is the protective duty to civilians? Good. How the heck am I supposed to remember something like that? It's in our Bracer handbook. Wait a second, the protective duty to civilians principle? That is... Principle 2. Principle 2, I think? Oh yeah, I knew that. Sorry. No, it's fine. I managed to survive that one. So no more questions, please? I've got a question then. Damn it. So it doesn't have much to do with the class, but when the mayor was arrested, the Queen's airship came, right? How big was the airship? I knew there'd be one. There's always one with some weirdo question that has nothing to do with anything. By the Queen's ship, do you mean the Arsail? Yeah, that. It looked real big, but I wonder how big it really was. If we still had our issues of the Liberal News, we could probably look that up. The Arsail's size. I think I've read about that in a book before. It is 42 Arge. I think it had an overall length of 42 Arge, if I remember right. It might not be exactly precise, but should be close. Wow, that's huge! Thanks, Mrs. Dale. Any more questions, children? If not, then I believe that's all for our guest speaker today. Everyone say thank you to Mrs. Dell. Thank you very much. Hi, kids. Thank you for your time. I know you're quite busy. The children were overjoyed. That was a wonderful lecture. Thanks. I was pretty nervous before I did it, but if they had fun, it was worth it. I do apologize for cutting things short, but I have more classes, if you'll pardon me. Should the chance come again, I would love to have you come back for another talk. Sure thing. Seems you managed just fine. Somehow. No need to be so humble. I witnessed your performance. You were a fantastic teacher. Come on, really? Still, it made me think about just how much I don't know. Every time they asked for details, I started panicking. Well, just make sure to work hard from now on. No one's going to trust a bracer who doesn't even know the code. Yeah. I'll keep working at it, I promise. Sunday school lecturer completed. Let's go turn it in just to make sure that we got the points that we needed. +2 for perfect answers, and plus 1,000 mirror. Nice. Good work, seems you safely achieved your goal. If you have any jobs completed, come by and report them. Okay, Vista Forest Road must... Well, it says long term, so we should be fine. Ah, boy. This guide is clearly not set for hard mode because it says go kill those monsters on Minoria Road. I really don't feel up to fighting those monsters on Minoria Road, so excuse another short episode, but I'm going to go look up the exact expiration for these hunt quests and probably ditch Dorothy before we try for them because those things are able to one-shot her. We are not ready for this. Anyhow, until next time guys, take care. I'll see you all around.